Hello, in this assignment we will discuss the features and functions of the assignments, which will be indicated by a notepad within Connect. If you scroll up to the top here, we are currently in Connect. Connect is a McGraw Hill product. If you don't know how to get into here, take a look at a prior video which is in the Moodle Rooms shell. Once you are in here, it will be broken out by week, and we are currently in week 2 as indicated here. You will then see the information for the week. We're going to be concentrating on the assignments in this lecture. So the assignments will be the longer type of problems, and they'll take more time for the most part to do some calculations within the assignments. If you see a paperclip under the assignment with the similar assignment name here, then that paperclip does not need to be turned in. You do not have to do the work within the paperclip. This isn't another assignment. This is information that will be related to this assignment in this case. Therefore, we will come back to the paperclip and take a look at that information at a later time. First of all, let's just open up this assignment, see what they look like. Once you click on it, you'll get an information message here. You might want to read the instructional message. It'll tell you some more resources in this case, those resources being the paperclip in this case. If you scroll down, you'll see the Go button. That will go into the assignment. You can exit the assignment and go back into the assignment. Just make sure that if you do exit the assignment, you want to save and exit. Make sure to hit the save and exit button. Do not just close out of it because you could lose the work. So save and exit on it. Then notice that we have one of one problem here. If we had more than one problem grouped together, then you can see another related problem within the drop down this way or with the arrow this way. Do not submit the problem until you've completed all of the problems. Once you have completed them all, then of course you can hit the submit button here, and that will then submit the problem. If you scroll down this problem, you can see that it is a longer problem. It's got a lot more information in it. And the data will be input down at the bottom. Wherever you see a yellow item here, this is where you can input data. So that's where the information will go. Now, note that just because something is yellow doesn't mean that there will be data in all of it. So, for example, these journal entries may only have 2 items indicated, or they may have more, but there may not have all of the yellow cells filled out. So keep that in mind as you go. This particular problem, we can go to the next journal entry by clicking here, and that will take us to the next one, or we can go to the next journal entry indicated by this arrow. We also have more yellow cells down here. Remember that there's a lot of yellow cells here, but not all of them will be filled out. So there will be a lot of blank cells in these problems. So you can see this is a larger problem. If I go down to the bottom of it, all the way down to the bottom, we have a check my work icon here. If you select the check my work icon, if this is available to you, then you can select that, and this will tell you what is currently not correct within this information. And of course, this information is not correct for me here. I actually got cash right, but I got this information wrong. It does not show you anything that is not correct because it was not filled out. So obviously some of the stuff here is not correct, but it was not filled out, therefore it's not being marked wrong. So if you go to this check feature as you go, it'll give you kind of a hint as to how you are doing in it. So I'm going to close this up, go back to the top, and then of course we can enter more data in here and then go back to that check feature down there. Once you have completed this work, then you can submit it this way. You can go ahead and submit this. It'll give you a button like this, and you're going to go ahead and say, yeah, submit it. Then if you scroll down, once again, it'll show you in more depth what you've missed. Now notice here, of course, it tells us that we missed all of these, the ones that we got blank as well. So it told us everything that we have missed. And then if you wanted to show the correct answers, you can hit the show the correct answers. And then if you scroll down, it'll give you the correct answers down here. So that feature is there. Now then, if you were to be able to work it again, then you generally can work it again. But once again, it's a long problem to work again, and the numbers will change. So if you work it again, just remember that the numbers will change the second time you do it. So keep that in mind as you take another look at it. So now I'd like to take a look at some of the items in the paperclip that could help you out with these longer problems, which will include the a worksheet and videos related to this problem. So I'm going to go ahead. We're back into our weeks. I'm going to hit the drop down. And now I want to select this paperclip that's related to this problem. So we were just in this problem. If we select the paperclip, then we're going to open up this window. Again, you don't need to turn in anything here. So we don't need to update files or upload files to here. This is not an assignment. This is just something to help you out with the assignment, and that it will be located here. So if you open up this worksheet, this will be an Excel worksheet in this case. We'll open up the Excel worksheet down here, and I'm going to enable editing. This particular worksheet has 3 tabs to it. It's got video tabs, which will work a similar problem in this case. Won't be the same problem, but a very similar format. You'll get 2 things from this. One, you'll get a video type lecture to show you how to work through problems and in a repetition type format. And it'll give you a problem very similar to the assignment so that you can use different numbers, but the format will be much the same. So in order to open those videos, you just click on the hyperlink videos. They're broken out to be around 13 to 15 minutes, so that's why there's a few of them there. So if you take a look at them and you want to break your work down into like 15-minute chunks or something like that, you can watch them in that sequence. And then the example problem here in the second tab, this will not be the exact same numbers, but the format will be the same. So it'll have the same type of layout, and of course it's not in Connect. You're going to ultimately put the numbers into Connect. This is working it in Excel, and some things can be more apparent if you look at it in Excel and see an example in Excel and then put it into Connect. So a couple things you can see in Excel is you can take a look at references and formula references up here, which will tell you where cells will be coming from, and it'll also just help you with working with Excel. So Excel is going to be quite important in a lot of areas, even if you're not in the accounting department, because Excel is used to export and sort data from many different databases. So it would be worthwhile to start to learn Excel in this way by taking a look at the example worksheet and try to look at the format of it and see where the information is coming from, look at the formulas within it. Then if you wanted to work the problem in Excel, you could do so on this worksheet. Again, you're not turning in the Excel worksheet. You're going to ultimately put the data into Connect, but it could be very worth your while to put the information into Excel first for a couple of reasons. 1, it helps you to follow along with the video, and 2, it'll help you learn Excel, and 3, when you put things into Excel, a lot of times we'll have preset formulas here and here that will help you to see where the information is coming from and going to. And notice again, you can always check the formula bar to see what is happening there. So those are some reasons to put it in here. Once you get it done in Excel, you can use Excel and go back and forth from Excel to the video to Connect. So I'm going to go back in and open up Connect and see what the problem looks like. So I'm going to go back here, going to go back to the course 2, and go back into this assignment. We opened up this paperclip, going to go back into the original assignment here, going to say OK, go next, and here's the assignment that we were working on. There we are. And then note that if I want to work with the worksheets, I might want to snap them on either side. So you might want to try to snap them. If I do that, I can put my cursor anywhere on this blank area, left click, and if I drag, it'll start to snap this cell. If I pull it over and I'm in any Windows program, it'll go until I snap like that. And in Windows 10, they give you this type of icon now, and I can click on my Excel sheet, and it automatically snaps on the other side. So note that if I was to look at my example here, but the format's going to be much the same. So if you take a look at those, you can kind of see how to work that. If you wanted to work it yourself, then we would put the journal entry in these yellow cells here. In the Excel worksheet, you'd put them in these blue cells. So you might want to have these 2 things side by side, and then maybe on the video tab, a video open that you can then go back and forth from. So you can see the problem being stated here with different numbers. And then minimize this tab. You can look at the current problem with the current numbers. You can look at the example. And then you can look at your worksheet and see if you want to worksheet in this worksheet. Then you can take these numbers, of course, and put them into Connect. So those are some ways to maneuver through the longer assignments.